Seniac builds nature reserve. Visitor, let's sleep united with nature in our tents, listening to the humming sounds of a 440 kilowatt power line above our heads. Absolutely no one. Seniac, if this makes sense. Seniac puts cul-de-sacs. Me, the good old GTA days. Seniac, let me just type in cool. Me, an Italian intellect. He said but. Seniac, we're going to open up our doors and let everyone and their dogs in. Also, Seniac refuses to build a dog park. Guys, welcome back to another episode of FishTown here in City Skylines. Guys, last episode we did some really good expansions. We got a lot more residents than we ever have done in quite some time, and we played around with expanding some of the industry as well. We added in those brand new kind of seaweed farms. I think it was seaweed farms or algae farms, one of them. They kind of didn't work. Now they do work. I don't know. Don't even ask me what happened, guys. I didn't do anything. They all of a sudden decided, you know what, Seniac, it's time to sell some fish, and they're doing just that. I added in another export area too, which is beneficial to only a couple of people. It is just sending a train out right now, which is quite useful. These are all now working. But I noticed that, okay, you're going to show me up right now, guys. God damn it. They like to use this one because it's like, it removes one more obstacle. Like, they could, instead of taking it from there, driving it to there, and then going down there, they could just go, bam, ship gone. It removes the train line. But we do need that additional way to export goods. And that additional way does rely on the trains. And today, we're going to create or build or dive deep into one of there's the second greatest engineering feat that is going to take place in FishTown. We first had the ridiculously long highway. We are now going to build side by side of this beautiful big highway. Is that a traffic jam there? No. A train track. Yes, it's time that we finally link it up. We got it over here, and we're going to try and mimic it going all the way along. And I think once we get to about here, we'll make it then go underground, like how we have the tunnel here, passing all the way through. And I'll bring it back up around about here, and then we got to create our nice little interchange of all the train lines. So not only can I export the goods to the shipping routes, pick them up from the cargo depots, but then be able to take it all the way out of the region as well. It's going to be kind of crazy. Now, if you guys enjoy this, want to see more FishTown in the future, then please make sure you smash that like button down below. And if you're new around here, make sure you subscribe. It'll also be another way in which we can bring people in, because we can also set up or use the train line as a passenger route. Yes. It's going to be beautiful. Brings a tear to your eye. Right, let's bring this up by 10. I assume, is this what this was? Or this was by 12, wasn't it? Was it by 12? Or was it by 15? No, it was by 15. Okay. So, if I can try and replicate all of the straight bits that we ever had or once had set up, then we'll then apply all the bends to the rest of it. And I'm about to say it, if that makes sense. I noticed now there's a lot of things that I like to say that I never realised I like to say before until somebody freaking points it out in the comment section. I'm just joking. Right, okay, how far can I take this one? To there. And then this one. Going straight across. This one starts here. It goes straight. Ooh, it's a long one, boys. It's a long one. Start that one there. Take it. Ooh, this one's even longer. Right, bring that one to there. That can be our final bit. So, we've got all the straight bits going on right now. It's now down to us. Okay, so I won't hook it up just yet, but it's now down to us to get them all linked. So, where do these meet? All right, I go like that. That's fine. It's actually quite beautiful. It's beautiful, boys. It's beautiful. I'm actually quite hyped to see a load of trains use this. And I don't want more hyped about it, having the cargo use it, or now having an additional way to bring tourists and people in with a train line, which can then be we can then use like transport hubs to like create other different stuff. Oh, it's exciting. Guys, it's exciting. Right, this one's going to be a little bit funky because I got to do a nice little double bend. No. You had me, you lost me on that bend. We'll go with it. Right, this one. Ooh, this one's going to be a huge one. Right, hold on. Boom. No, not quite. Ooh, I feel like it needs to come down a little bit more. Alright, bring it to there, then we'll try it. There we go. We're kind of slightly out by one. And there we go. Alright, sweet, mate. So, with that done then, let's get it connected over to here. And then we are good to go. So, to there. And then we'll create a little bend-ish. So we delete that by one. To there. And we'll sort out the elevation momentarily. I've just realised. It elevates quite high. At the bridge's front of it. How dare you? Right, we have to sort that out real quick. Right. Easy way to do it. And we only want to select nothing but tracks. So if I do that... Oh, it's got trees selected. Damn it. Nope. Still got stuff. Oh, props. No. Decals. No buildings. No surfaces. Aha! Right, if I select all of that, well, to about there. Let me just quickly go through. I don't think I've got anything else selected, which is okay. And then we'll align it to you. So it should now be the same height running all the way through, which it now is, which is perfect! Guys, this is freaking genius right now. This is freaking genius. I'm in love. And then I'll select it to there. And then we'll slope the objects. So we've got a gradual increase over time. Beautiful. Beautiful. Right, okay, so let's get back to over here then. I'm going to bring it down quite dramatically, just so I can get the angle. So I bring it to there. And then what we do is we'll make it go down by 15. There we go. So then that goes underground. So with that then, same as before, we'll slope the process. Okay. I think I might go back to the train line, and elevate that. So yeah, there's no land flicking up. Oh, that should be good. That should be good to go. Right, okay, so now I'm going to try and attempt, so we're going to be tunnels to sort this out. So we'll have it run in parallel. Now through here, it shouldn't cause any issues. But you never know. Run this down to... Right, I need it to pass over or under the subway. So if I just kind of bring that to there. Right, we're creating our beautiful tunnel. Right, that goes to there. Let's get this. Aha! Oh man, I got like a runny nose. It's annoying me. Can we not go under you? Right, hold on. Delete you. We're going to have to use the magic of anarchy to kind of pass through. Right, bring you to there. Bring you to there. So the train runs through. There's a lot of underground movement going on over here. A lot of it. And if I run then my straight line underground here, just to here, so I've got like a little angle for it, and then there we go. So they all pass together, running side by side. And then I want to bring it up at this point. So, actually, you know what? We'll bring it up a little bit earlier. Oh, can I not get to it? There we go. And then bring this up to 0. There. And then, can we now officially get out of underground mode, please? Yes. And now run this. So at this point as well here, I'll bring it up by 10. So I can match this. So that shouldn't be high. There we go. Let me delete back by 1. I'll delete back by another so I can create the glorious that is going to take place. Our slight little bend there. Right. Okay. Oh, my nose is so runny. Get out of here. I need to blow my nose. Let me take my nose to, where is it? To blow a whole park. Okay, right. Sweet, sweet, sweet. I'm going to pause. I'm going to pause because we are going to reconfigure. We are going to use this train track here as it kind of connects onto this. So this becomes a major free route. And we're going to try and split it into 2. So what I want to do is I'm going to bring it down to about there. Let's have this there. And where does this bend for this take place? So 11. Oh, this is going to be tricky. Would that work? Yeah, that could potentially work. Right, so that's not too shabby. And then too shabby, boys. Right. Right. And then we'll have this come across by there and then bend in. And that comes across there. So, you know, rather than going through the station as a pass-through route, this is the major pass-through route. And obviously, they only turn if they need to hit that station. This one, I want to treat it as also a pass-through route. Not a pass-through route, like a major route going through. So if I had just that to there for a momentum, bring you to here. There we go.
Because it's still a major line passing through, if that makes sense. And then continue this slightly. And I think then at this point, we'll bring it in. So really at the moment, it can only hit this station. And it can only hit that export area there. We need to set it up where these 3 stations are also able to pass through it. Now, ways in which I can do that is, I can have, like I said, additional routes set up for these guys. I can reconfigure them. I think I'll do them one by one. So let's start with this one here. So it goes up, passes through that way. So it bypasses this station. But I get a connection to come off this, and I can also get a connection to come off this, because this one pretty much goes that way. So if I had something that came through this way, and we wanted to link it over, so what would be the best? Would something like that... Oh, hang on, pause. Is something like that a bit too ridiculous? No, it shouldn't be. And if I bring this down to Earth, to there. Now, I know it's really complicated, but that's going to be the fun of this area. It's an industrial area. One of all these through passes, bypasses, train junctions. It's part of the charm that is. But I'm not sure how I'm feeling about this. Because then the same thing can happen here. I can have a route come off this and go down to there. Or I could leave it. I can maybe not have all routes go that way, but that's the major player for this area. So yeah, we would kind of want it to go like that. Right, so we need that additional one. And I think what I'll do, I'll delete that. So if that was there, I wonder how it would like... It's not particularly straight, is it? There we go. Make sure the train line can actually work off it. I'm trying to find the best method. I need to bring this one a bit closer. There we go. That's a little bit better, isn't it? Yeah. I like the idea of all these train lines. I mean, I'm probably going to overcomplicate it. I'm probably going to cause like a ton of traffic jams. But I do like the idea of them. It seems like we created like a nice little train yard in many ways. So that can now go both alternative ways. And it can also pass over to here. Again, I'm not too sure. They probably won't even use it. But the potential is there for it anyway. And we eventually build all stuff around this and all that. So once you fill in all the areas, it's all good. The only thing that we can't do at the minute is get this one to go that direction as well. And that's also a major player. So what I could do is I could have a line just directly come off there. Oh, too far down. Come down to Earth there, which passes under that train line. Which then goes back up to there. I mean, that could work. That could work. But the angle is a bit crazy. The angle there is a bit crazy, so the other alternative I got is to not do it there because we have this space that sticks out. So if I went to here and pulled that in, okay, down to here, do a 6. What's going on with these angles? Or 5 by 5. 5. Or 6 by 6. So it kind of bends back on itself. And then so it kind of bends around. It's so overcomplicated. I could have simplified this so much more, but I don't want to do that. I like the chaos of this. All these train lines make the industrial area seem bigger than what it actually is. And for some reason I like it. I don't know what it is about it, but I kind of like the idea of it. So, bring that up by 10. Straight down. There we go. I really do like the idea of how chaotic it is. So power then, considering that we kind of deleted it. It's all hooked up anyway, but it's now even extra hooked up. And that should go back to normal. So technically now you should be able to get from any of these stations the direction that you kind of need to go in. Some of these junctions are a little bit crazy. They are really crazy. Again, probably over time I'll fine tune them anyway and just tidy them up a bit. And then when we start getting more buildings around, they'll kind of like intricately place themselves in quite nice. But yeah. It's one of those things, and it's like, I got 3 lanes there. I don't need the 3 lanes. I can maybe merge that one into that one and bring that closer. Do you know what I mean? There's ways in which I can fine tune it, but at the minute, I like the chaos that it brings. So, with that said, we now officially have the train line connected to the outside world. It will take some time before we start seeing, you know, people using it. It really will. It's like when we first built the highway. It took a while before we started seeing people go down it. But, again, it would be quite interesting to see them actually start going with it. It would take a while for them to update their routes, but all the routes are there, boys. They're all there. And it might encourage more exports and give them more buyers for the product. So we're making 79,000 of income there. Oh my good God. That's a lot. But I think because they're all exporting at once right now because I did delete some of the routes. So we'll see how things change. We'll see how things change. I'm just waiting for that first train to head in a... Oh, it's magic! You know! That train is directly leaving the region. Right. We shall see it at some point. So knowing that it's leaving the region tells me it works. But I've got to see it leave the region first to know. Has it come through the tunnels yet? There it is. There it is. The first train leaving. There's not a lot of cargo on it, but the fact that it can leave the region shows me that it does work. Alright, let's get over here then, because it's now getting quite exciting. Things are happening right now, boys. I wonder when we'll start seeing stuff come up here. Right, where is the train? There it is, there it is, there it is. Yeah. So that's how he exits the region. And so the fact that he can do that Shows me it does work. Here's another one. Oh, did you see that truck just appear there? It's about to bring a train in. Or it could be that could be the unloading of it, maybe. Oh, that one's got loads of cargo on. Yes, boys. No, there's definitely... Okay, there's a train's about to come in. It takes a while before a train to generate. Oh, no, it actually just could be the backlog of them exporting all those goods. So, we're in the 70,000 still. We will see a train at some point. But it'd be nice to get the passenger line set up as well. That will also be something additional. Are you going? Oh, there we go, boys. The first train. Oh, no, a second train. Right, we're going to have trains for days at this point, aren't we? That is a lot. Where are you going? To the cargo hub? You're going directly over here. You're either shipping the goods directly out, or you're bringing goods in. But it works. I wonder how long until we start getting traffic jams. That will be interesting. But we're going to have train jams here, because that is the major export section there. So do we need more shipping routes? Maybe. Maybe. Oh my god, I can't. Looking at it now, right, it is so over complex, but it could. Having it so over complex and all these track lines could be a way that we reduce train traffic. But only having one export area over there, I can already feel that it's going to be an issue. So I do need a couple more. I will need a few more. And I'm trying to think where potentially the best place for it to go would be. So we got that there. We have this one over here, but it doesn't really... It's not hooked up to a train line at the moment. And I don't think I will hook that one up. Everything in me is saying, yo, Seniac, you need one, like, over here. I might have to extend the dock out, but then again, it ruins all my fishing routes. But we've got to do something. We have to do something. I could do a couple of ones where you drive to it. Because even the traffic for coming into it is getting a bit hectic. So, I mean, I could put one here. I mean, it gives us loads of options, doesn't it? It really does. But I'm just more excited that it freaking works, boys. That's what I'm excited about right now. So, we need to build then, or add in, a transport hub. So we should go for one that includes a train. So in-city bus, metro, that's the metro. Bus hub there. We have the train to metro hub. That's always a good one to throw in. And that'll be something that will be perfect. Like here, because I can add that additional stop just there. Yeah, add it on this little junction. Ooh. Ooh, it's a way to bring more people in, boys. It's a way to bring more people in. Right. Okay. So do I build that first, or do I look at getting another shipping one in? I think I'll do the shipping one. I did the shipping next episode, because it will also give me time to redefine or, redo some of these train lines, because they're a bit crazy. I can maybe not have all of them able to go to there. Like, what if I just enabled... Let me pause. Like, this shipping route was only allowed... Yeah, bring that up a bit more. Was only allowed to leave the region instead. I wonder how that would change how these guys perceive using that one. Will they then drive to over here because they want to ship it out instead? Do you know what I mean? We kind of then change who can use what. As a way to control how many trains are going over there. So I don't need that additional route. We'll see. We will see. Okay, so let me get this in then. So I want a straight bit of road, which will technically be this bit. Let me just get rid of the power lines just there. All gone. And we need to make sure that we've got the train line, which is difficult to say which one it is. Right, well, let's place it down. Oh, that's perfect. The green is the metro, the orange is the train line. Oh, yeah, that was kind of perfect. Oh, I need a bit more room, don't I? Okay, let me delete. Alright, delete that. Just to there. We need more room to allow the trains to work. I'm in the wrong one. What am I looking for then? I don't even know what I was looking for. So come up by 20. Drop that transport hub just there. There we go. And that goes back to there. If I use the unhook it tool, the touch it mod, I can replace them for ones with trees, so we don't really lose anything. Nice. Underground train line. Ooh, your boy's got the sniffles. We delete all of you. Just so I can get this line just in. So this is the train. Which will connect to there, and instantly, in a matter of 10 spaces, go underground. Same for the metro. In 10 spaces, go underground. There we go. Oh, I'm going to pause because I've got power. Right, should have water. Yep. Right, that is literally it. So it allows inner city trains, and that's all we have set up at the moment. It will bring a train in where all the tourists and peeps get off, and more than likely they'll transfer over to the subway line and then use that. All I've got to do on the subway line is on this side we add a stop, and on that side we add a stop. So at least they can stop off on their route, and that will then transfer them over. So we might see a lot of people using this just because they're coming in on a normal train, switching over to the subway system, then off they go. So that could be pretty sweet. And then if I link up as well, and this will be something else that would be kind of handy. You might get a few people use it for this. If I hooked up that road just down there for now, they might even get off walk and then get on the ferry to go over there. It depends if they want to use the subway line or the ferry line, but the options are pretty much there if they want to go down and do that. I mean, and then at some point I could maybe potentially get the tram line connected to it as well, but we'll kind of see. We'll kind of see as time goes on how that is going to look. 6 people are already using this. So it's going to be beneficial for some people anyway. We just got to wait for an actual train to come in. Right, I'm going to pause for a second, see if I can see a passenger train. So all I'm seeing is cargo, 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 cargo. Right, it's all cargo at the moment. So it probably will take a while before we start seeing, or if you see a passenger train coming through. It took a while before we started seeing cargo, didn't we? So, oh no, okay, I can already see it. I can already see people, the tourists coming in. I can already see them. So with the tourists coming in, any momentum now, we should have a passenger train. I better say a passenger plane. A passenger train! We should be able to see one of those just appear momentarily. I'm not sure how many it needs to generate the train. But I really want to see what happens when they disperse from that station. Yeah, there's a lot more coming in right now. Can you just generate the train for me, please? Guys? There we go, there we go. So there is 178 on board. We're going to follow that train to the station. Here we go. Here we go, boys. This is glorious. This is freaking glorious. We're now driving 1,000,000 miles an hour on the passenger train. So it's bringing... I mean, I like to think it's all tourists, but you know there's going to be a couple of residents on there. So just bringing them into the region, and then it's up to them where they go. I want to know where they go. I want to know what the route they're going to use. Everything in my head is saying they're all going to jump onto the metro. But you might get the odd one or two that don't do that. Oh, it's kind of good, isn't it? It is pretty sweet. Now passing through. JDS, boys. JDS. You wouldn't even know there's a huge train line underneath. You wouldn't even know. So once he gets over here, right, we'll put it into play mode. And let's see. So we can just about see on this side a couple of peeps in there. And I assume that's where they're going to go. Oh, there's a couple. There's a couple here coming out. There's a load just there, as you can see, coming into the metro. So the majority of them are using, obviously, the metro, which is, you know, what we thought was going to happen. But you get a couple that come off into vehicles. And we have a couple that are walking. So, It'll be interesting to see what happens when we eventually build this area up, because that'll be, you know, quite heavily used. There are 213 people using it. Damn, boy, that's a lot. That is a lot, and it might help in our tourist areas because we're bringing in more tourists, which is also pretty sweet. Oh my goodness me, guys! There's so much we can now potentially do with that additional train line. I mean, it's going to create a lot of business for us. 57,000 right now in the exports. Nearly 30% of all the income is coming from the fishing industry. And it might enable me to then start expanding the fishing industry a little bit more because we got like an additional export route. It hasn't changed their perception to use this that much, considering you can only export out. And I feel like we need to do that to a few others. You know what I mean? So if I also killed off this one, right, we'll come back next episode and kind of redo some of this area. So pretty much this one and this one here can only leave an export via the region, edge of the region, and not over there. So it reduces the amount of trains going over. So reduce the amount of trains going over, and then also enable more you can deal with more traffic. But we might start seeing a shift to them using this more. And if that's the case, I'm also going to do the same to this. Just kill off that. And we'll just see what happens over time. Because if all these little train things here have to leave the region, they might drive over there. But we definitely need to get a couple more cargo stuffs set up anyway. So we'll just give it some time, see what happens. I've just noticed as well we've passed 40,000 residents. We're losing a lot of money from the fishing industry right now because we can't export as many goods. And we're just losing money a lot, to be honest with you. But I mean, we got to wait for them to re-update their new routes and go where they need to go to. But as it stands right now, it don't look too good. It don't look too good when you lose the ability to send them over that way. So, yeah. We're going to add them back in. So, lesson learned then. Next episode, I need an additional... I'll just kind of do these very, very briefly. We need to set up the ability to get them to export via ship as well, a bit more. But I need a secondary one, so this one's not as overloaded. So we need one over on this side somewhere. I might have to reclaim... Yeah, I'm going to say the word, reclaim some land. So maybe here. I might just put a small one over here just for vehicles only. no trains. And then we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. So instantly we're now making more money again. 35% of the income now come from the fishing industry, as I've now enabled them to be able to export via the train to the shipping area. Amazing. I'm going to see how it goes. How many people have been using this then? Oh, we're only down to 36 right now. We must be missing a train. Oh no, a train's just come in. It's taking 30 passengers out as well. Holy smokes. And then we'll get on the metro, and it's all good. It's all good, boys! We are going to end it here for today. Really good infrastructure we got in this episode. I'm really quite happy with it. We'll just keep fine-tuning as time goes on, and we'll do something really good down here. There's no major issues. The only issue I can see is I've got one too many train tracks than I potentially need. But we can set something good up. There's no issues just there anyway. But guys, for now, I hope you did enjoy this episode. If you did, please smash that like button down below. And until next time, I'll see you all soon. So, goodbye.